Do you feel the vibes?
Hey YouTube, Max here from RC Car Awesomeness, and today we have a review on a tiny drone. This is the King Kong Tiny 7, and I kind of wanted to do a review on this because this is actually my brother's drone, but this is a great drone to get into the hobby with. This is a very nice one. So first off, I'll do a little unboxing. Yes, this is the box it does come with, which is very nice. I'll talk about that later, but let's just do a small little unboxing. So over here, as you can see, marks Tiny 7 mini drone, and these are basically just a list of receivers that you can get with it. So this means that this is bind and fly, so it's a BNF, that's what it stands for, and you can see FSPPM, which basically means fly sky, and PPM is just like I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like kind of receiving protocol and how it's wired up, the receiver. So you get the drone. There's a battery inside here which just slides in like that. So we get right from the box, which is awesome. If you get there's two versions available. There is the like advanced version, and then there's the regular. Definitely highly recommend you get the advanced, because look at all those batteries. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of fun. I mean, with these tiny drones, all you want, I mean, with even any kind of RC thing, the main thing you want is batteries, so you can actually have fun and have time to fly, and not constantly be charging. And you kind of take this out, just like holder for the drone and batteries, and look at that, you get 3 different canopies plus this one, so you get many different colors. I didn't even open these because we're just using the yellow for now, but you get many. And you get this little wrench over here, you can see. Didn't even open this yet because we really don't use it, but it actually does help for the propellers. I've used and I also have one for this one, which is why we haven't opened this one yet, because I just used that. Over here you get extra spare parts, and these are, you get these screws, which over here you need a very small screwdriver to get this canopy off, by the way, in order to get to the bind button, so you can bind it to your remote. And if you guys want, I'll do a whole setup video on how to set this up if any of you guys are interested, because this is a great way to get into the hobby. I will also be doing a another video of like complete guide to get like the best kind of budget way to get into the drone hobby, so I'll be doing that for you guys. And back to the video. Over here there's just a bunch of extra, this is these rubber things are soft mounts for your flight controller, which basically means it's a very nice feature that they included that. Very impressed with that. The vibration from the motors and the propellers, because these do vibrate, you know, tiny vibrations, it kind of, these dampeners kind of like take that away, so that the gyro doesn't get affected and it flies smoother, which is what I've also done for this. I've soft mounted the motors, and I'm waiting on soft mounts for the flight controller. So same thing as this, same kind of concept, except the motors aren't soft mounted for this, but you don't really need it because this is like a tiny little drone. You're not gonna need it as much as for this thing, because this vibrates a ton. So anyways, comes with many propellers, so we get many different colors available. We have red, white, and pink, which is pretty awesome. I mean, they include a bunch of stuff with this, so I would highly recommend the advanced version of this, since it's not that much more expensive. This whole thing, by the way, is like if I remember correctly, it's like $84 or something like that. So really nice price. And this is your charger. So you would basically plug your little cable in there, plug in the wall, or you can charge it with a battery from a 5-inch quad, which I don't have one right now, but plug that in and it charges all 5 of these batteries at once, which is awesome. Like, that's a really nice thing, because you're gonna be flying this thing, you'll have plenty of flight time with this, and then you go back to and charge it all at once, and you can wait. And I think the charging time, I actually don't know. I will put it in the description because I do not remember, and we usually just put it in. And it lights up over here, like there's lights, and it'll light. The green will go away, so it'll start green, and that does not mean it's done. When the green like lights out, it'll basically not show any light. It'll light up green, and then yeah, disappear. So now to the drone. We'll start off here. So there's many like pros on this drone. It's very durable. You can see it's reinforced with this like plastic in between the propeller guards. So it's very durable. And this thing, the benefit is that you can like be going into walls and it'll like kind of bounce off. So it won't, these propellers won't get damaged, which is really nice. So they got these ducted propellers, and then they got the reinforcements, which makes this thing super durable. I've crashed it many times, and it is very durable. So that's definitely a huge pro. Next is, this is like a hobby grade drone. It's like a good, well-made, basically means that you can plug this thing into Betaflight and program it. Again, I will, if you guys request it or want me to in the comments, just put it down. If you want me to do a setup, because I mean, I know if you're a beginner, this all seems like really, I don't know, like hard to understand, and you probably need some help how to set it up. So I will do a setup video and try to explain how to set up this particular drone and similar drones as well, because they're set up pretty similarly. So yeah, you can plug it in and basically go configure all your PIDs, rates, and all that, flight modes, many things, which is makes it like a hobby grade drone. Next is, it comes with many batteries, as I mentioned, which is, I mean, this is like one of the biggest pros with this drone, because with these smaller drones, you just want as many batteries as you can get. And there's also many spare parts, as I mentioned. You get a bunch of stuff with this. You got your canopies, propellers, you got everything, and these little screws. And these rubber bands, by the way, are just, they go around your motors to hold your wires and make them, like, yeah, neat. So, and comes with this box, which I mentioned is really, like, convenient, because you can just put this box somewhere and you can take it anywhere you want. So the cons, there isn't many, and really the con that I have is not like necessarily, I'm not like saying, oh, they should change this, because they really can't. It's not the best outdoor flyer, so if you would take this outdoors in wind, you're not going to be very happy, because it can like float away. So it's not really a con, because you're kind of expecting it with this drone, because it's small. It's meant for indoors. This is the bigger version of the drone, and I know this thing is pretty tiny. Like you can see, compared to my hand, it's pretty small. So it's 70 millimeters across, I believe, something like that. But they have a 65 millimeter version, or I think this is 75 to be honest. But they have a smaller one, and I believe it's like around the same price, but it's smaller, so it's meant for even like smaller indoor spaces, I guess. This thing, we bought it because it can fly outside decently well if there's no wind, and yeah, it's pretty fun. So that's really my only con, and it's not as, like, it's not going to be as powerful as something like this, where this is like a 5-inch race quad. I mean, this thing, but for beginners, like, you don't want something like this, because you're probably going to end up flying it, maybe even losing it, because of it's so powerful and it's hard to control if you've never flown anything. But this thing, great way to start out. Very durable, and it's perfect in my opinion for beginners. So, yeah, overall, it's not a bad quad. It's really good in my opinion. You can also see, if you're wondering, basically put a zip tie and kind of hot glued this antenna. This is the 2.4 gigahertz, and this is the 5.8. Really small antennas coming out. I just put them upward to get the best signal. By the way, this does have a F3 flight controller. Some of the specs on here: F3 flight controller, 7mm brushed motors, which is a little bit bigger than the other ones. The smaller version comes with 6, I want to say 6, but it might be 6.5, I forget at the moment, millimeter. Just a standard tiny whoop size motors. This is a little bit bigger, which gives you a little bit more power for the bigger size. And yeah, it's basically, it has a all-in-one flight controller with ESCs, obviously. There isn't much room in here for any ESCs. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Yeah, but it's great. And again, just if you are interested in me doing a setup video, just put that in the comments. Like and subscribe. Yeah, and I hope you liked the video. And thank you.
That I'm at an all-time low.